Hey everybody, welcome back. Apologies for the lack of video last week. I managed to get a nasty back spasm, but a trip to the doctor and a couple of cortisone injections and I'm right as rain again. We're going to try a new format in today's video. I'm going to attach the camera to my cap and take the dogs for a walk while I cover today's content. This might result in some spectacular wipeouts, who knows, but either way it's going to be fun to watch. And I'm going to look like a total dork, but fortunately you won't see that, so that will be for my eyes only. Today's content is going to be how much time you should be spending with your new puppy. You want to spend enough time to make sure that your pup's engaged and bonded with you, but not so much time that your pup is totally over dependent on you. So that's what we're going to cover today. You'll notice as well, I'm wearing a Funda Ninja cap. And Funda Ninja is an amazing initiative down in KwaZulu-Natal run by an incredible bunch of people. And what they do is they help teach children from impoverished communities how to train their dogs using positive reinforcement. It's my absolute heart charity. I just adore the work that these people are doing. They're doing so much for so many people and so many animals. I'll put a link in the description, but go along, check them out. They really are amazing people, and I actually just wanted to give them a shout out. So having said that, I think it's time for us to leave. Let us know in the comments if you like this new format. Who knows, maybe it becomes a regular thing. So let's go. And here come the nutcases. Come on! Oh, my Nunu! So much fun! Right, let's just get all the dogs facing the right direction. And then I can focus on our content. Come, Pooch! So I had a really cool question the other day. Somebody asked me, how much time is too much time to spend with your pup? And we know that obviously when you get your new puppy, you want to spend time with them and make sure that you're teaching them good habits. But can you end up in a situation where, hi sheep, yes, I see you. Can you end up in a situation where you spend so much time with your puppy that they kind of battle to function normally? And yeah, unfortunately, that is the truth. Especially people who work from home, their puppy spends, come on guys, their puppy spends so much time with them that it kind of battles to function when it's on its own, or if it's in any kind of environment where the owner isn't present. So what do? How do you get around, Taxi, how do you get around this problem? Well, the easiest thing is to make sure that whenever you spend time with your pup, these guys are going to come barreling over this embankment. I'm going to take a few steps back. Their brakes are not very good. Okay, that should be so. Well, there comes one of them. So this is quite. Oh no, they took the shortcut. Oh, clever man. Where did you go? Oops, there you go. Good job. So what you need to do to try and avoid this problem from happening is make sure that whenever you're at home, you're not always with your puppy. So your pup learns that they can actually function without having to have you nearby or with them all of the time or within sort of physical proximity. Teach them that they can function as a unit on their own in this world. They don't always have to have their owner with them or next to them. And sometimes you can actually be quite firm with this, and you can have a schedule that you say to, say for example, an hour or so during the day, puppies on their own in an area, obviously give them a chewy or something nice so that they don't necessarily resent this period of time. And this is also where crate training is really useful. If you've trained your puppy to accept a crate and they're comfortable in a crate, then it's no big deal to do this. Pup's quite happy to go into the crate and do their thing, spend some time on their own, chew a bone, have a snooze, whatever it is that they'd like to do.
And if you do this on a regular basis, the pup learns that the absence of the owner is not a terrible, terrible thing. It's something that the puppy can deal with, and the puppy can cope with this. If you're in the unfortunate situation where you might have a puppy that's already prone to anxiety, a situation like this is really going to lead to problems. You know, that pup needs to build their self-confidence, and if they're always with their owner, it ends up exacerbating the situation to a point where the pup really battles to do anything, even if the owner's with them. You know, we really need to build the puppy's confidence in this regard. And this kind of walk is really nice for the dogs, you know, and this is something I would do with my puppies from a baby stage, is let them come, let them get a little bit of distance, so they learn that they can explore the world without having to have you right on top of them holding their hand, literally, and call them back, reward them, send them on their way again. It's really good for them to learn that they can function, they're part of a group, but they can function as individuals. Hey Nunu! And these guys love their river walk. It's the bestest thing in the whole world. It's been such a dry winter, and our rains have been very late in coming, but I'm very glad to see we have some water. It looks like you could probably get some kind of Ebola virus from this water. It still needs to flow quite a bit before it's nice and fresh and clear looking. Oops, Tux, you're just about to fall in there, dude, and you have the skill and finesse of a rhinoceros. So some other tips on separation anxiety, or making sure that it doesn't develop, is not making a big deal when you leave your puppy. You know, saying, okay, my baby, I'll see you later, here's a biscuit for you because I feel bad leaving you, etc., etc., etc. All this does is it makes the puppy nervous, and it primes them for anxious behavior while you're gone. You should just really matter-of-factly make sure your pup's set up with whatever it is that they need, and just leave. And likewise, when you come back, don't make a big fuss of coming back. If your pup's in a really, really excitable state of mind when you greet them upon your return, that's the frame of mind your puppy will be in, hoping to make you come back. Oh, there's rubbish here. So you want to make sure, Shorts, are you peeing again? Yeah? Let's check her, she doesn't have a little bladder infection or something. So yeah, you know, if you return in a calm frame of mind, obviously your pup's going to be excited to see you, but wait until they're calm and then greet them. It's that kind of behavior that your pup will associate with your return. Okay. And it's so lovely to see these guys just noses down, taking in all the scents and the sounds. That's really lovely. Tux is a real water baby. His favorite thing is to jump in and out of the reeds and just make a mess, really. Malaxi, is it so nice? Huh? Yes, my boy. So it's quite interesting. I think the dog that I've spent the most time with in my life, through all the dogs I've had, is Miss Joni over there. And, you know, applying these principles that I've spoken about, she's a little bit agitated when I'm not at home, but not to the point where it interferes with her function. She's happiest when I am home, but there's no barking, there's no distraction, there's nothing like that. And I can even, you know, if I take her to training classes with me, I can quite happily leave her on her own in a run or even in a crate, and I can go out of sight, and there's no vocalization, there's no distress. So even though she spends a ridiculous amount of time with me, by setting those nice foundations, she's not over bonded to the point where it impacts on her welfare, and that's the most important thing. You know, it sounds a bit strange to say, but our function as our dog's guardian should be to make sure that the dog can actually cope quite easily without us. You know, I know it does sound odd, but I've made that my mission in life, that if I, heaven forbid, get run over by a bus tomorrow, thanks Tux, great visual. If I, heaven forbid, get run over by a bus tomorrow, you know, my dogs will kind of go, oh, bummer, she was kind of cool, we'll miss her. And then 48 hours later, they're quite happily adjusted into their new lifestyle. You know, we should endeavor to make our dogs independent, not independent, interdependent beings, not reliant on us for every single thing, but quite happy to cooperate and engage with us. I think that's first prize. So, you know, a little bit of common sense. If you feel like you're spending too much time with your pup, or you notice that your pup is battling to cope when you're not there, you obviously need to do something about it, and go slowly. Don't go cold turkey with the pup, because if anything, that's going to make matters worse. This type of walk with puppies is absolutely great. Obviously keep an eye on them, because puppies can make some stupid decisions. But it's really such a good thing to do with pups, to teach them that there is a really big wide world out there, and if they stick with their group and show some common sense, life is great. That's one of my favorite things in my life, is the first time I bring a puppy down to the river for a walk. Their eyes are like saucers. They're like, wow, this is the coolest thing ever. And just watching them and seeing how they engage with the world around them, it's really, really beautiful. And speaking of which, I think now might be a good time to stop talking and just enjoy the sights and sounds as much as the dogs are. In a nutshell, if you want to make sure that your pup spends enough time with you to develop a nice bond and to maximize engagement from them, but not so much time that your puppy is over-reliant on you, make sure that when you are at home with your puppy, that there are certain times during the day when the puppy's on their own and they learn that they can cope on their own. When you leave, don't make a big deal about it. Make sure the puppy's settled, sorted, give him something to keep him busy, and just leave without making a big fuss. And likewise, when you get home, don't make a big deal of it. And sorry for the huffing and puffing, but I've just hot-footed it up the hill. So those are your three things that you want to concentrate on. Make sure puppy has alone time when you're at home as well. Make sure that you don't make a fuss when you leave, and make sure when you get back, wait until the puppy's calm before you greet them. And obviously, if you have any other further problems develop, consult with a specialist, because it's something you really want to get sorted out while your pup's still young. Hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you've enjoyed the format. Let us know in the comments if you did. Oops, very large animal over there. Let us know in the comments if you enjoyed this format, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Hi, sheep. Poochie. Hi, lamb. You guys have got lots of grass there. Go graze. Nicely. You've got lots of food. I guess you want some more food, hey? Fine.